How big is 1? How big is the 2? How big is the 3? That's where I sort of came up with this timetable using Elliott wave theory, that you come up a little bit and you come down a little bit. It's going to be late in February. And late in February, you find that floor. People are getting tired and they're worn out now. They're running out of patience. They're annoyed. They haven't made any profits in a long time. The market's flat. Think about the end of February. There's going to be even more of that. And that is when there's a good chance Bitcoin will get moving. What is up, guys? Norse Digital Assets coming at you with another video. I have returned. I was in Texas looking to relocate to Texas. If you are down in Texas, let me know in the comment section below and we will meet up in person at some point in time. I'm back from Texas. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin in this video. We're going to look at Bitcoin, the little bit of pump that it has right now, and the overall market. Like usual, Will Clemente on Twitter, 76.5% of Bitcoin supply hasn't moved in at least 6 months, a new record. A lot of hodling. A lot of hodlers. So we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin chart here. You saw the clip at the start of the video. That was from February 3rd, so about 22 days ago, and I was talking about Bitcoin going down to mid 30s to low 30,000s, possibly towards the end of February. This whole time we've been trying to, or at least I've been trying to figure out the 3-3-5 pattern, where here's the first 3, here's the second 3, and then you need the 5 pattern. So that is the A, B, C, and then you have 5 counts here. That completes the larger A, B, C. That completes the larger running flat correction to move on to do wave 5, which I still think is coming, and I'm not changing my mind on wave 5. I understand there's the war there's Russia and Ukraine, whatever's going on there. A lot of FUD in the world. COVID's still sort of hanging on. So there are some things going on. I understand all that, and things could get worse. There could also be a completely different story on war and all that by next week. We really just don't know. At any rate, I still think wave 5 is coming. There is a possibility, this is a running flat if we stay in this channel, there is the possibility where you go A, B, where the B came higher than where you started, and then the C goes lower than the middle, which would be lower than the 28,000 this summer. That is possible. Don't think that that's going to happen. But that would be called an irregular expanded flat, and then you would still get wave 5. So we'll have to wait and see. Time will tell. This is one of the hardest patterns to call while it is developing. But I expect 32,000 in that range if we do drop down for that to hold. I don't expect to get the expanded regular flat. I expect to get the running flat where you stay in this channel and you go A, B, C, and it's all just part of the larger wave 4. And if I zoom out here and you take a look at what I have here, that is the same drawing I've been showing for a while, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a Euro USD chart right here that almost has the same thing here. We have the 1, 2, 3, and 4 happens to be a flat pattern where you go A, B, C, and it is sort of a flat here, and then you get the 5th wave up and you're coming out of here. So a very similar pattern. You also have, after you finish C here, you start to come up, you test back, find that support, and start moving on for that 5th and final wave. And here's the 5 up here, if you can see that. There's the 5. So a similar pattern here where you have the 5 waves, and this was here November 2020. So that is sort of an example where 3 comes up here. You have sort of a top here at 3, and it still goes a little bit higher. We have the same thing here on the Bitcoin chart, where if I zoom in and I come in here a little closer, depending on where you put the 3, same thing though. If you have the 3 right here, it tops and you have a little bit more movement and then you come down. Okay, so same thing, very similar pattern there. Same thing here. When you come down on the A and you go up to the B and then you have the C, when you go up on this B here, look what you do. You come up, down, up. Same exact thing here, okay? Here's the A, B, C, and look when you're forming this B within the subwaves. Come up, back down, and then up, and you finish the B, and then you come down for the C, okay? So just a similar chart, just kind of showing you what's going on here. We also have this here. This is what I've been showing here. In an uptrend, why are we in an uptrend and not a downtrend? Well, the uptrend is based off of this. When we, let's erase some of that. When we zoom out here, why the uptrend side? Because, didn't want to do that. Because 1, 2, 3 comes up into this pattern. We launched out of March 2023, so we're coming up in an uptrend, and here is that pattern there. And that is what we're looking at here. So we came up on the uptrend and we are doing the subwaves here, trying to find the bottom of 5. And like I said about 22 days ago, which is like a lifetime in crypto, like I said, there is a good chance there was going to be a lot of FUD, and at late February, there could be a mid to low 30s, okay? So the hardest part here of what I have been trying to figure out is where is this 5 pattern movement? And I've moved it around some. So this is currently what I have set up. If we go to the daily, you can actually see, go daily, reset the chart. So the only thing I don't like about this count on this is, I mean, it looks pretty. And you also have wave 1. Wave 3 here is always longer than 1. It's a lot of the time it's the largest wave. And then 5, if you add 1 plus 3, you add those together and then you take 60% of that, that's 5. So 5 is a little bit bigger than 1, but not as big as 3. That happens. So that's here. The only thing I don't like about this pattern is how you have some of this here not factored into this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I've been drawing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 many different ways, and this is one that makes more sense than not. But yes, you have this here below the line, but that does happen here, and that happens in all kinds of charts. We're in a very volatile market. Crypto is the most volatile market out there, so that can happen. At any rate, are we soon completing this ABC running flat? Let me show you one other thing that makes sense here. This is cool. You'll like this here. So you have this A, B, C, right? Well, let's measure this. Okay? So if you're here, how many days is that? If you can see here, about 100 days. If you can see in the blue box right here, about 100 days, okay? About 100 days. Now, that's the A. Now, from here to here, 112. Move it around there, okay? Around 100 days. And here, from this C to where we are at roughly now, 110 days, okay? So you have, what I'm saying is you have about 100 on the A, about 100 on the B, and about 100 on the C. And that's where part of where I was coming up with later in February. Now let's look at some other metrics here with Bitcoin, okay? The daily, stock RSI, the momentum, where is it right now? As far as daily, even though we're at 39,310, and yes, it can come back down, but right now, just bounced off a bottom line. How often do we bounce off the bottom line here, okay? So we did here November 18th, had a lot of movement to the upside. November 18th, from there to there. Didn't bounce off the line for 52 days, okay? When did we bounce off the line after this? From here to here, 45 days. So it's not all the time that you're coming down and bouncing off this trend line. It's around a month and a half or so, okay? Let's go to the weekly and check that out, okay? We also bounced off this trend line that I dropped in here that you don't bounce off of just all the time, not at all. You have a bounce back here, August 2016, a long time ago. You get this W double bottom here, March 2018, a bounce here, July 2018, December 2018, and then look after December 2018, you can see how these are spaced out. From December 2018 over to here, 294 days, about 300 days. People would be losing their minds in the crypto market in 300 days. Listen, we know what we hold. I am remaining bullish for a fifth wave. We know what we hold. We know the technology behind it. We know that crypto is the future of the financial system. It's going to be integrated into systems like SWIFT, either next to it or it'll eradicate it. We know what we hold. We know the fundamentals. We know there's FUD. We know that there is the Elliott wave theory and the markets are volatile. We know what we hold. I'm remaining bullish. I'm holding all my coins. Yes, it would be beautiful to take profits months ago. Yes, that would be nice, but this pattern is very hard to call while it's happening, and we did not know. Hindsight is 2020. This running flat pattern, very hard to call. Like it says here when you're reading about it here, it has all the rules for the running flat. The running flat is one of the trickiest patterns to call as it develops. Sure, we can see that now. So I'm trying to call those 5 movements. But back to what I was saying, if we're here, look at this. We have this little W here, September 2019. We don't come back to that trend line for 672 days off that bounce. That's a long time. That's pushing towards 2 years. That's a long time when you're really just at the bottom of the momentum on the stock RSI. Same as with the RSI bouncing off this trend line. Okay, now we just got a bounce here, and this was just in January 2022. Okay, so we just hit a bottom area here. You can see if I zoom in a little bit, blue line starting to curve down a little bit. What's it going to do next? We don't know, but let's wait and see. Let us wait and see. If we go to the monthly, let's go to the monthly and let's get off this here and let's reset the chart. Zoom in a little bit here. And if we take a look, the green line, the 20 EMA, still holding, still holding. Here's where we are. We are currently, our current price, we are right about, it's hard to zoom in right there. We are this green line here, drop a line in there, right above the green line, still holding the 20 EMA, have not lost it, and that is on the monthly. Let's go back to the weekly. So is that the count? Or are we almost to the bottom of this running flat correction? I know it looks kind of complicated. Let's go to a clean chart here. Okay, so basically though, this is a clean chart. You had 3 coming up, and wave 4 is an A, B, C. That is the running flat. After you find this bottom here, okay, after you find that bottom, that is when you do your 5th wave. I do expect that still to come. So remain patient, hold tight, chill out. Let's watch and see what happens. Give it some time. On-chain metrics are good. I do believe there'll still be a supply shock. Remember how fast the market can change also. Cardano ran from $1 to $3 in the snap of a fingers. You have to remember how quickly 24 hours or 48 hours can change the market. Let's go to the daily. On the daily here. Okay, an area where we can really get serious about have we completed this, getting into March. Like I said, the end of February, I was kind of measuring how long's the 1, how long's the 2, or if the 1 is here, 2, 3, 4, 5. How long are these? That's where I kind of, and then I had the 100 days, 100 days, 100 days. That's why I was looking at the end of February to start to move up again. An area to watch right now will be this right here. Why? Because we are, if we break this, we come up and we break that and we back test it. We have broken this resistance here, and we can look to start moving on in March and start the 5th wave. That's what I see coming. It's not, it doesn't have to happen, but that is still what I see coming. And really, I haven't changed my mind, and I'm not changing my mind on anything right now. Where we are at right now, 39,000, much better than 32,000 where we just were. So watch this area in the mid 44,000, 44,500, 44,800 in that area. That's what we need to break and start taking this next rally. That's when we'll start taking this next rally seriously. All we did right now is move from roughly 37,000 up to 39,000. Let's go back and look at the weekly really quick on something. Keep in mind this also, all the people that are bearish, bear. Everybody's bear. A lot of people are bearish. To me, that is bullish. That is a good thing. That's what you want. But look at this on the weekly. Just don't forget about everything else. What is this? Again, like I've said, a high, a higher high, a low, and a higher low. We're in an uptrend channel of a running flat. And not only that, we came up in wave 3. You bounce in this running flat, and then you get wave 5. Wave 5 is not going anywhere, I don't believe. There's also a guy I follow who was calling this in June when Bitcoin was like 28,000. He called this pattern when we were at this 28,000. He was saying that that was an A, will come up to the B around the 64, 69,000. I didn't see the video at the time, but the video is out there. And then we would come back down. So he's a pretty good dude, and he knew that. He knew that, okay, we were at 64,000. When we came down A to that 28,000, he was calling it a corrective phase of the bull market. Then we went up, and he was calling that the B, and then we came down on the C. So we're still looking to find that bottom of the C. And again, if we go to my drawing here that we were just looking at, let that load again. We are looking to have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks pretty symmetrical. It looks pretty good. We have that. We have 100 days, around 100 days there, around 100 days there, and around 100 days there on the A, B, C overall for the running flat. I've been trying to figure out this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very hard to figure out. I'm sure hindsight later is going to be 2020 when we get more data, and months from now it's going to be easier to see. But right now, yes, that's what we're trying to figure out. But once this is complete, I'm aware of the war and the FUD out there and everything else, but I still believe that crypto and Bitcoin will have that run, will have that fifth wave. As far as altcoins, guys, altcoin videos to me aren't very relevant right now. What's going to happen is when Bitcoin starts its fifth wave and starts to take off, altcoins will play catch up later. So really, I'm not panicking. I'm not worrying. I'm not selling my coins. I know what I hold. I know the technology. I know what crypto is. I know it's a new asset class on a hockey stick adoption curve chart. When you look macro and you zoom out and you stop being emotional and you stop looking at it day to day, I know what I hold. I know what we've got going for us. And just more patience. I believe we'll be vindicated in the long run. Right now, we might look kind of silly. I might sound kind of silly. People are going to say in the comment section, oh, you know we're in a bear market. You know we're in a bear market. Just give it up already, blah, blah, blah. I'm not worried about that at all. That doesn't matter to me right now. We are remaining positive. We are remaining... we are looking at the charts, we are looking at the metrics, we're looking at the momentum indicators, we're looking where I think the market's going next, and that is still my thesis. It hasn't really changed a whole lot. We need to finish this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I was talking about mid to late February, that there was going to be a lot of FUD, that things were going to be going down, etc., and people would be freaking out. And when we had this movement up on this 4, or this 4 right here, wherever it is, people will be saying the bull market is back on, and now we're coming down a little bit. So let's just wait and see. But overall, hopefully you get the point of what I'm trying to convey to you, that what I see coming is finding a bottom late February, late February, early March, the latest. And I believe that time is ticking on this pattern. Time is ticking over the next couple of weeks on this pattern, that you have this A, you have this B, and you have this C, and it's broken down into a 3, 3, 5, and the 3, 3, 5 is A, B, C. That's 3. A, B, C. That's 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At some point, we are finishing this thing, and we're going to move on. That is my take. As long as we really don't want war to get really bad, we definitely don't want that. People are more important than markets, so we definitely don't want that, and hopefully that just ends, and that will help us overall. But anyways, guys, just an update on the video. Not a lot's changed. Sorry I didn't get more videos out. Like and subscribe. Smash up the like button. Leave a comment below. If you're down in Texas, let me know what you think about the market below. Smash up the like button. Hit subscribe. thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one. See ya.